Okay, I'm going to continue on with the rules. So I'm going to do a bunch of different examples with the same function rule. I'm going to use the same one that I already had before, 3x plus 1, 2, and then 2x squared plus 3. And it goes from negative 3 Okay, so I'm going to do a bunch of translations. I'm going to do f of x plus 9, which is really moving it 9 units up. If you're moving it 9 units up, you're not affecting your x's at all, so none of these are going to change. What's going to change is these are all going to get plus 9. Plus 9 as a whole number, as a constant, so it's going to be 3x plus 1 plus 9, or 3x plus 10. It's going to be 2 plus 9, or 11. It's going to be 2x squared plus 3 plus 9, or 2x squared plus 12. These aren't going to change, so if x is less than or equal to negative 3, if negative 3 is less than x is less than or equal to 0, if x is greater than 0. So when I do something on the outside here, that gets added as a constant. This one, I'm replacing my x with x plus 1, and then I'm subtracting 2 from the outside. So I'm going back to my original rule again. I'm going to be using this original rule every time. Everywhere I have an x, I'm going to replace it with x plus 1. And then on the outside, I'm going to subtract 2. So the same thing happens here. It gets replaced with x plus 1. I don't have an x here, so this is just going to be minus 2. And then I'm gonna try to simplify as much as I can. So this one, 3x plus 3 plus 1 minus 2 is 3x plus 2. I'm gonna subtract that 1 and I get x is less than or equal to negative 4. Combine these, it gives me 0. I'm gonna subtract the 1, so I get negative 4 is less than x, and subtract the 1 is less than or equal to negative 1. Which makes sense because they said that this was moved to the left one. If I move this to the left one, it becomes negative 4, negative 1, and negative 1. This one, I'm not going to expand it out. Again, just for the sake of time, I'm going to leave it like that. But I am going to subtract the 1 over here. So that's this rule. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if it tells me something like reflected across the x-axis, left 2, up 4. If it gives me that, I'm going to rewrite the rule. Reflected across the x-axis means that my a value is negative. So it's going to be negative f of, to the left 2 means that I have x plus 2 here, and up 4 means I have plus 4 here. So what changes in the function rule when I do that? This negative means that this whole entire deal gets multiplied by negative. So negative 3. The x plus 2 means I replace the x with x plus 2. The reflected across the x-axis isn't going to change my x values here, but the x plus 2 is. Same thing, I'm going to multiply everything in here by negative. The x doesn't do anything because there's not an x here. But it is going to change this part. Again, multiply everything by negative. Replace the x with x plus 2. And change this to x plus 2. Now I'm going to simplify. So I'm going to do 3x plus 6 plus 1, 3x plus 7, and multiply it by negative, negative 3x minus 7. I'm going to subtract the 2 over. Multiply this by negative, gives me negative 2. Subtract the 2 over. and subtract the 2 over. Multiply this by negative 2 minus 3. So it's going to be negative 2 x plus 2 squared minus 3. Subtract the 2 over. So that's what I'm doing on these guys. Okay? So we're making transformations on all of them. We want to try to look at what's happening to see what kind of transformation it is or apply the transformation.